Ippo has betrayed Takamura to the highest degree. Why do I say this? How can Ippo let someone as strong as Takamura down? I'll show you exactly how Ippo betrayed him and why Takamura is the loneliest but still most loyal character in Hajime no Ippo. There is much more beneath the surface. Let's dive into it. It all began after Ippo lost to Gonzalez. The fact that he lost wasn't even the bad part. It's what Ippo said after losing. Kamogawa asked him, "Why did you lose?" Takamura was waiting for that question as well, but he didn't make any excuses. He just said Gonzalez was strong and I wasn't good enough. Kamogawa was visibly hurt after hearing that, and Takamura confirmed that as well. Kamogawa wanted Ippo to make excuses. He wanted to get mad. Once you accept the loss, you're done. A man needs to make excuses. And then again we see the monster line. And by the end of this video, this will be clear as well. The true meaning of being a monster. During the bison fight, Takamura was struggling because his leg was cramping up. But he kept going. "I'm gonna get the job done. I just gotta do it." Nobody cares if your leg hurts, if your family has financial trouble, or if you're heartbroken. You just have to deliver. He kept assuring Kamogawa during the fight, "I'm fine. You don't need to buy time for me." He does this because he doesn't want to worry Kamogawa, but more so because he's a champion. And a champion doesn't show weakness. He carries the burden in silence. And that burden is heavy. Look at how heavy it is. After the fight, Ippo carries Takamura's belts for him. He says they're so heavy. A belt probably weighs like 15 pounds maximum, so he's carrying 45 pounds. It's clear he doesn't mean the actual weight but the burden Takamura was talking about. It's too heavy for him to carry. Immediately after, we see Takamura walking out of the locker room. He seems wobbly because of the damage he just took. Aoki and Kimura help him by lending him their shoulders. Even then, Takamura won't admit he's hurt. He says, "You must be honored to be helping me out like this." This is important. Watch Mashiba and Sendo. Just seconds ago, they wanted to try Takamura's belts on. Then they realize how serious Takamura was hurt, even though he plays it down. And even though he's hurt, he keeps going. When Takamura puts all the belts on a glass shelf for Kamogawa to look at, Kamogawa looks proud. This makes him happy. And this is the burden Takamura is carrying. Despite struggling with weight control and injuries, he keeps delivering every single time. We all have to live up to the expectations of the people we love and respect. Takamura owes Kamogawa everything. Without him, he wouldn't be a boxer. That's why he made a promise to bring him 6 belts. Of course, he does it because he loves conquering the world, but the belts are for Kamogawa. It's a loyalty thing. We know almost nothing about Takamura, and at the same time we know everything about him. Because he's not only the best boxer, but also the most loyal friend. Let's talk about the regular. We saw him for the first time during a Kimura fight. That's when we learned he was a long-time Kimura fan, just like us. Also a sign of loyalty, sticking to an underdog for years. Takamura met him for the first time on the toilet. He immediately realized, that's not a normal guy. He reeks of danger. He respected him so much that he introduced himself. "I'm Takamura. Who the hell are you?" And their second encounter was on the street as Takamura was walking through the night. He said, "What happened to you? Did someone mug you or something?" Then the regular explained he was a gambler. "You mean you're gonna wait until the horse tracks open? So you're a regular here too then?" "Yes sir. You're kind of a mess. Drinking like a fish while watching boxing is your hobby? You enjoy that kind of life? You seem down on your luck." "I'm satisfied with my life for now." "You seem well adjusted at least." They talk eye to eye. He asks Takamura what he was doing outside at this hour, and he explains he's just doing some thinking about his gym mates and their boxing careers. This is a multiple weight class world champion having a normal conversation with a homeless gambling addict. This shows that status doesn't mean anything to Takamura. He sees people for who they are and measures them by their conviction. He saw that the regular was an all or nothing kind of guy. He's down on his luck, but he has an aura about him because he's happy with who he is. And Takamura respects that. They end up becoming close friends. So close that they end up eating together under the same roof. And also Itagaki's father, who by the way is also all or nothing when it comes to making stupid jokes. Takamura has chosen to be friends with them and be loyal for life. Yes, he likes when they feed his ego with compliments, but he's so far off the human path that he can't be friends with normal people. He's alone. alone at the peak of boxing. Nobody understands him. Nobody except for the regular and Itagaki's dad. One is homeless, the other has the most f***ed up humor on planet Earth. But both have something in common. They have eternal conviction. The regular doesn't even have a home, but keeps supporting Kimura for years. And Itagaki's dad is close to being homeless with that tinfoil shed they live in. And he also dedicated his life to communicating with nothing but jokes. You will never know his true personality. He's poor, has 2 kids but still never complains. That's what being a monster is. Having expectations weigh you down like 1,000 tons of steel. But you still keep walking and you keep delivering. When someone asks you if you're tired or sad, you say, "No, I'm all good," so you won't worry them. That's why Takamura was so disappointed with Ippo. That's why he kept treating him like shit after his first loss. When Yagi told him about the new Dempsey-ro, he said, "Who gives a shit?" It's not that Takamura doesn't care about Ippo. He said it because he knew that the new Dempsey-ro was not a solution for Ippo's problem. On the roof, he told him, "Don't make the coach happy like that. Are you actually gonna deliver? I just don't think you're actually up for it. And if you aren't willing to go all the way, don't get people's hopes up. This place has me, so you can just relax. You're a little guy. Someone like you, can you carry that kind of burden?" Since Ippo and Takamura have inherited Kamogawa's fists and will, they are brothers. And for the longest time, Takamura had Ippo by his side. But now that Ippo failed to carry that burden, he betrayed Takamura. Now he's alone all over again. Now he alone is carrying all of the expectations. No more fighting on the same card together, no more hyping each other up, no more promises about first round knockouts. For someone who values loyalty as much as Takamura, it was the biggest betrayal that could ever happen. While everybody was laughing and cracking jokes, he was deep in thought because he was the first to realize that Ippo was broken. That shit worried him so much that he was sitting in the stairwell in the darkness. He knew Ippo's path had come to an end. It was like somebody close to him passing away. Ippo doesn't realize it yet. To this day, he doesn't know what he broke. When he finds out about what that heavy burden really is, he won't have any choice but to come back. Kamogawa's wish will move him to tears, and his heart will burn stronger than ever before. Then he will climb that extraordinary mountain Takamura was talking about. You lost? So what? Get up and try again.